Ah.
Start sending us your video.
Yeah. Yeah, bitch. Start sending it to us.
So it's interesting. I'm supposed to be able to go live. I haven't figured this out because I'm supposed to be able to go live without ever going to a computer at all. But it seems like I have to go to the YouTube interface and tell YouTube that I'm going live. So there's probably some setting that I have to set that says, let me go live whenever I want to or something.
I honestly don't know.
Did you find it?
Oh, I did you go live?
Yeah, but I've got it now. So let me just get shareable.
I do not have it.
I'm live now, but I can just do this. There it is.
Oh wait, oh no,
there
that was
it
6 days
is,
ago. 6
ladies
days
and
ago,
gentlemen. There
Geeky
it
live,
is.
Mix minus live stream, but that was 6 days ago, so that's not tonight. So I haven't gotten the notification
Tonight.
that I'm live tonight on Geeky Gay.
David, do you ever watch World News Tonight? It's very, first of all, he starts off, I mean, as you would. I start off Geeky Gay by saying, I don't even know what I say. Without the music, I can't do it. It's Friday, April 2nd, 2021, and my name is Adam. And so I guess, I started out the same way every time. It's Friday, April 2nd, 2021, and my name is Adam. And so I guess, I started out the same way every time.
Right.
That's going to be
Friday,
April 2nd, 2021. And my
What?
name is
We
Adam.
don't want to do that.
video.
So
I'm
I guess,
watching it.
I started out the same way
I'm
every
just
time.
watching the video.
I see. So anyway, I'm now streaming video and audio together, and you're on the Discord. So I think we're multiple play. You know what I learned today?
What did you learn today?
I don't know that I learned it today, but we'll just say
There's
I
a delay.
learned it today.
There's this weird delay between the time that my video where I touch my temple in my video and then the upper video, which is you're repeating back. Oh, look at that. A little flourish. When I do the flourish, it's like, so the bottom one and the top one like flourish together. That's very, oh, okay. it was trippy, man. It was very trippy.
I think that'll distract you if you.
It would. I would sit there for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh, look, it's not together.
I can see colors, man.
So I learned today, not really. I reminded myself today
You relearned.
that you can use Nginx and you can set up your own RMTP server. And theoretically, you could create your own YouTube, but you could also use it like if I wanted to bring in video guests to a video show, instead of doing it over Zoom, I could actually do an RMTP. I could give you an RMTP link. You could connect to that. And then I don't know if it'd be better quality or what, but the problem would be though,
Nobody in the chat room is asking what RMTP stands for. It stands for really mean telephone.
You know what? I don't actually know exactly. It's something about something protocol, transport protocol. Really, real movie. No, I don't know. It's something transport protocol. I'm not really sure.
It probably comes from the original Real Player, so it's probably Real Media Transport Protocol.
Maybe.
Because remember when back in the early days where the only streaming software, the only way you could stream over the internet was Real Player or QuickTime. QuickTime and Real Player were the only two that you could stream things. So like when you try to listen to CNET radio back in the day, you had to have Real Player. And when you, like back in the original Big Brother, when you wanted to like watch the cameras in the house and everything, you had to have Real Player. Lamont Cranston says it's the real-time messaging protocol.
My dadgum screensaver keeps coming on.
Oh my God, your dadgum screensaver.
Can I?
To me, that just feels like that would be like a screensaver of like dental shots. The dadgum screensaver. Oh, Auntie Scott is here. Good evening, Auntie Scott.
Wait a minute, let's see. I don't really have a fanfare, but
If only you could type
Well,
in
I
fanfare on
could,
YouTube.
but you know, but if I do that, you're much faster than me. And if I said if I did that, you would already have it pulled up. I mean, by the time I pull it up out of my ass, it didn't even.
There's a big delay here. Sorry about that. It's like.
You and I picked the same one. How did that happen?
That's the Auntie Scott fanfare. It's right there.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, exactly.
Now the funny thing is, I just learned this today. I didn't necessarily learn this today, but I saw that you could do this thing.
Oh yeah, what thing?
All right, one moment, please. I'm gonna play this again.
Is it more looping?
No, but it's you can record directly to the button on the Rodecaster Pro. Hold on. I'm gonna mute you and me. Just one moment. Okay, I've unmuted you now. But what I did was I went directly to my MIDI keypad. Not my MIDI, but to my. So now I have a button on my Rodecaster now. So I didn't have to move a sound over. See if I hit this button now. And I think I can edit it.
It's really loud and distorted, but yeah.
It's loud, but I'm not hearing distorted. That's so weird that you're hearing it distorted. What are you hearing?
Well, what am I hearing? I don't know.
No, I'm trying to think what output you're hearing. Because you're hearing the USB output. I'm not hearing that.
Oh. I don't know.
I'm hearing the Rodecaster output.
I mean, you sound fine.
I apologize.
It's
you
okay.
have a different output. The chat room and I have the same output. So what I hear, they hear. So you were the only one. So I'm not listening to your output. I don't know that I can listen to your output. I apologize. So it's distorted? Am I distorted?
You're not, but that fanfare was. The fan.
That was distorted?
Yeah.
Is this distorted?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No.
Oh, it's just that recording is loud.
That recording is loud. It is very loud. Yeah. And it was crackly. Oh. Auntie Vera, well, you won't even know that it's so much later if you just watch it. You'll just think it's real time. It's not, the only reason you know it is because you were listening to the audio beforehand.
My chat will be real time.
Well,
not necessarily. I don't think it's
timing.
that much long. I don't think it's as long as the streaming, right? So if you go to pride48.com and stream there, I think that's a longer lag than YouTube.
I don't know. I haven't tested it out, and I think I can do a little bit of jiggering around.
I'm sorry, what?
Finagling. Mm-hmm. I think I can do a little bit of finagling and maybe. I don't know, actually. Maybe I can't finagle. Let's see.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finagle the dadgum thing.
No, I can't set a delay, looks like. I just tell it how
Yeah, you wouldn't be able
I just tell it how high of a quality I want. And because I've got gigabit Ethernet,
I got rhythm. I've got bandwidth.
I just
No, can I tell you a secret, Adam?
and everything is wired as well.
Can I tell you a secret?
You can.
There will be no That Darn Elvis on Tuesday.
Daniel, why will there be no? I know that because I
Why do you know
listened
that?
because it was in the after show. And I just listened to that today.
Mhm.
Because
Oh,
because
yeah, but in the after
I'm
show-
a
but in
member
the
of
after
level
show,
13.
Right, but in the after show, I proposed Thursday as a replacement.
So you're saying there will be none at all?
No, we actually have to move because I forgot that Thursday I'm actually getting my second shot of the virus, so I
Ah.
can't do it on Thursday. So I was trying to negotiate with Scott's people. They're very difficult to negotiate with. There's just like, calendars and outlooks, things are involved here. So yeah, so we're doing it Friday before this show.
Oh, so you are doing it. You're just
Yeah, but it won't be till Friday. There'll be
okay.
no show out
Well,
on Tuesday.
That means I can't listen to it beforehand and heckle you during Mix Minus.
Well, I mean,
Is all
what
it
is there?
means.
Is there anything to heckle me about, really?
Always. So I can't do it on this phone, so I'm going to pull up this other phone. But I want you to give me a moment because I don't do things quickly. I'm getting older, and that is what happens.
Give me one moment in time.
But
yes,
in one moment, I'm going to do something. I'm gonna.
okay. A moment from now, you're gonna do something on that daggone phone.
A moment from now, I'm going to do something, and you're going to tell me.
I am.
Do you notice what I did? Are you ready?
Okay, I am
Here I go.
ready as
Here
I
I-
ever going to be.
Here I go. I'm
ready.
Here I go.
Here we go.
Do you notice what I did?
Oh, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it.
Oh, you turned off the on the air sign.
Now
back
I'm just
behind
going to
you.
do something
Oh,
again.
it's back on. It's
It
back on.
is.
Did
It
you
is
choose
back
a
on.
voice command on that?
No, I
Did you
haven't done a
choose
voice command, but it is connected to a smart switch.
Ah.
One step at a time. Oh, but see, the thing is, I'm not going to, during a podcast, during a live show, say, okay, turn on the
Oh, think about
doobie-doo.
this. Think about this, Adam. Think about this. Think about this. So you get it all set up, and then you're doing the pre-show. You're doing the pre-show, and then I'm like going, all right, Adam, you ready to go? And then you go like, okay, Madam A, it's showtime, and then all your lights dim, and the light kind of comes on, and the studio lighting comes. So then he does a cooler lighting scene behind you or whatever, and you know what I'm saying?
It could,
Like one of those-
I'm not sure. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but the lights that I use
it would be
now,
it would be a production just for me. It would be just a production that
Just,
no one would know except me.
or I could attach it to one of those clappers. I could be clap on, clap off,
right, exactly.
clap on, clap off, the clapper, or whatever it is.
I loved at the end of that commercial when the lady she'd fallen asleep with the TV on, and then she clapped it off, and then she like pulls the sheet back over herself and like tucks back into bed like she's angry that she fell asleep watching the TV.
Oh, I fall asleep watching
I wonder
something
if
on
the
my
actress.
phone.
I wonder if the actress that played that part, like if she like had a whole backstory for it, like my character is named Edith. She's been married for 20 years to her high school sweetheart who is gone on a oil rig at months at a time, and here she is sleeping alone with only the television to keep her company at night, and she fell asleep.
I don't know. Maybe
hits
Auntie
the
Scott
clapper
would
and
know.
then
You know,
turns over to her empty bed in anger.
he's very famous, and he knows all about the movie and television industry.
Who?
Auntie Scott.
Oh,
So,
Scott. Yes, very famous.
I
very
was watching To Tell the Truth.
He was on that show. He was on To Tell the Truth.
Do you ever watch To Tell the Truth with?
I've seen clips of the new one.
Yeah.
But I've never watched a full episode.
I mean, it's good for the show itself. The concept is interesting, but not. You're not gonna run to the television.
It would be like people sitting there like, "Hi, my name is Adam Burns, and I created Pride 48." And then another one's like, "No, my name is Adam Burns, and I created Pride 48." And then the last one's like, "I'm Gary Bearden, and I don't know what I'm doing here." It's
exactly.
And then the panelists have to ask questions of the three and determine which one is telling the truth, right? Which one is the actual
Yeah.
Adam
And
Burns.
Anthony, what's his name, is the host now, and his mom is on it with
Scaramucci?
him.
Anthony.
No, the guy
Anthony
from
who?
Blackish.
Oh,
I can't remember his last name.
I don't know his name either.
But anyway, his mom is on there with him, and she sits in a recliner. Well, not a recliner, but a big chair over to the side and heckles people. And basically that's what she does. And today,
Anthony Anderson, as I'm
Yeah.
being told. I'm being told in my ear, Anthony Anderson. Sorry.
and today I learned who the voice of Bugs Bunny is now. Like the
Yeah,
current
who?
voice. I don't know his name.
Oh.
But I could pick him out in the lineup now. But what I was saying is, I bet if Auntie Scott was watching this episode of To Tell the Truth, he could immediately pick out who the guy. He probably knows the guy. It's probably like, oh yeah, that's Ralph. We just had dinner the other night. You know.
Scott doesn't have dinner during COVID. That
Well,
would be irresponsible.
I mean,
And he barely tolerated us at dinner when we were there. So I have it's dinner is a production at Scott's house that, a production for Drew.
it's just because I have a friend. I mean, Auntie Scott, you'll allow me to call you friend, right? Because I have a friend who is famous and who knows all these people, I like to draw. I mean, like, as soon as it came out, I was like, oh, Mark, my friend, Auntie Scott probably knows that person.
do you tell the story about how she met Charlene Tilton?
No.
Okay, so that's a great story. You should tell her that story. Yeah.
But I don't know if I've said his name specifically, but I feel like I've been around friends or family and said, oh yeah, I know someone who is a voice actor, a very famous voice actor, and who was in Murder, She Wrote. And they're like, really? I'm like, yes, I'm a very important person. I know celebrities. Thank you.
I just love how you mix that with he was in Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Like, yeah.
Well, that's the one I've seen. I know there are other things, but that's the one I've seen.
Name. All right. Other than Scott, name someone who's been in Murder, She Wrote.
I don't know. Angela Lansbury.
Angela
That's
Lansbury
it.
is the only person you can name. It's just
I
like,
don't know
even though
anyone
there was like a
else.
season where she wasn't even on every episode, like they farmed her out like some it's her niece Betsy that does the mysteries or whatever. It's like I couldn't even tell you. It's like Angela Lansbury is the only character.
I want to say that Dick Van Dyke has probably been on Murder, She Wrote. Because I just
as a crossover episode where he was playing.
Maybe
What was his detective show that he had on?
Diagnosis Murder.
Yeah, maybe he was. It's like, why Jessica Fletcher? What are you doing here in my hospital?
Matlock has probably been on there.
It's like the crossover between Matlock, Diagnosis Murder, and like. I said but
You did.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Murder, She Wrote. Diagnosis.
Murder.
No, what were my three? Diagnosis Matlock, she said. That would be the crossover episode.
Yeah.
That would be the witty title.
I mean, Charlotte Rae might have been on there. Maybe.
Oh wait, Charlotte Rae Denture wearer?
No, Charlotte Rae, the Facts of Life lady.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Miss Garrett.
Oh, girls.
Who was
Girls.
the Denture wearer? Oh, the Denture wearer was somebody Ray, like an old comedian. Martha Ray. Thank you, Auntie Scott. Martha Ray was the Denture wearer. I can neither confirm nor deny that Charlotte Rae wore dentures. It's like girl. I don't know.
I think she died. I'm pretty sure Charlotte Rae died.
Possibly. Adam, the real question is at Charlotte Rae's funeral, did someone stand up and go, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you had the facts of life. I know I've said this hundreds of times, but I still chuckle when I think about it. That when I was in high school, in the chorus, the little select chorus, the chorus that competes, not the big chorus that sings, but
I'm in the select choir.
Ours
That's what we
was
used to call it.
Yeah, ours was called Montage. That was the name of the group.
Yeah.
And when I was in that some of the seniors would be talking about singing at funerals, because in Plant City, Florida, if you sang, your church would often ask you to sing at places. And they would always talk about this one tenor, I'm singing at a funeral this weekend. And they're like, what are you singing? It's like, One Day at a Time. And it wasn't until I was, 6 months older than that I realized that there was a song called One Day at a Time, and they weren't actually singing the theme song to the television show. One Day at a Time, which starts with
at a time.
No, it literally starts with the lyrics of "This is it." And I was like, I kind of want at my funeral, I kind of want One Day at a Time, the theme song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One Day at a Time theme song.
Oh, also, this is totally an aside. Well, I'll let you finish this topic before I go back, because what I'm going to say is totally unrelated.
This is it, this is it, this is life, the one you get, so go and have a ball. This is it.
Yeah, see, I want that at my funeral.
The theme songs in the 70s and 80s for television shows were
the
much
best.
better than
best.
theme songs we have now. I mean, not even much better. They were just good, and now they suck.
No, I disagree. I think that there are two different styles. And
Well,
if you've ever... What are you playing?
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell.
Yeah, the Fall Guy.
I've been seen with fire up. I've never been with anything less than a 9.
so fine.
I've been
Anyway.
Here's the problem, is in today's modern binging on-demand world, those long theme songs, there's a reason they created that skip intro button, and that's those long theme songs. Like, I feel like the Game of Thrones has a 17-minute intro.
But that one, they make it purposely like you're watching a puzzle come together.
I only want to watch it once. I don't
to.
want to watch it, when I'm binging the season, I don't want to watch it that many times.
They had some graphic artist, whatever you call them, video person. It's like, oh, I could do a really cool,
I feel like the perfect length theme song is 30 Rock. However, Young Sheldon is acceptable. That shortness of that is acceptable. I don't skip that one. I don't skip the theme song for like Big Bang Theory. It's almost too long, but not quite. And but then there's other shows. Yeah, any show that has like a theme song that's longer than like 30 seconds to me is okay. Now you're just eating into valuable TV time.
Yeah, I can see that. But if it's a good theme song and you enjoy it, then it's not, I don't know, it's not so bad. Some of those I want to listen to. For instance, the Golden Girls theme. I wouldn't skip through that. I listen to it.
Every time?
Yeah, I think so. The Facts of
Every
Life
time.
theme song. I listen to that. I don't watch.
Being a friend, travel down the road and back again. Your
Heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone, you would see the biggest gift would be from me. Card attached would say.
Niemand is leuker dan jij. Met jou vliegt iedere dag voorbij. Jij staat altijd klaar en je laat mij nooit in de steek. Ik ben vaak ongeduldig en jij komt bijna altijd te laat.
It's not a very lyrical language, is it?
Ben je hier, dan krijg ik weer dat gevoel. Het is jouw
Well, it's hard to say because I feel like the song is written
leuker dan jij.
for whatever
Slurping
language it's in.
The slurping the rag is what I heard there. Was this? It's like. Wait, let me go back just a little bit further. It's like, do we get the slurping the lag there? Slurping this one.
Het is leuker dan jij.
No, slurping the yag. There in the picture, they're all in the yard, Adam, and you can see a beautiful Schmetterling right there. That's a callback to an old
A Schmetterling?
Schmetterling.
So what I was going to tell you is, so if you set up your own RMTP server.
Oh, we're back to that. Great.
Well, no. Here is the important thing. There
tell
are.
me about it.
Let's say you and I wanted to have a media empire,
Okay.
and we became very popular, and people wanted to see us on Facebook Live. They wanted to see us on YouTube. They wanted to see us on Twitch.
Right.
They
Could
wanted to
not
see us
get
on
enough.
whatever. And, we had all these, so many millions of viewers. They needed to go to multiple places.
How is this any different than our normal lives? This
Well,
so
no,
far, everything
no, I
you've
mean,
said
it's
is.
true.
That's our lives. That's just normal.
True. So there are services that you can do. So like you can stream to a service. There's one
Yes.
called Restream, Restream.io, I think.
Okay.
You could stream to them, and then they will restream your stream to all of these streams.
They'll restream your stream to all the other streams.
Yeah.
Yes.
But with a little inexpensive Raspberry Pi or any old computer that you've got laying around, you can set up your own Nginx RMTP server,
Yes.
and you can push your stream to as many other streams as you want. Very little CPU.
Yeah. I feel like that what was that broadcast software, the really big broadcast software that there was Edcast, which was just for ICE, but then there was like another big one that we used.
Well, the one they use for video now is called OBS mostly.
Yeah, but I think OBS does that as well. OBS will let you you can stream to Twitch and YouTube and other
Maybe.
places all at once. Yeah,
Maybe.
you just stack up what you want to stream to.
I guess I was thinking it would be useful because I'm streaming directly from a piece of hardware. I'm not streaming from OBS. So,
Yeah.
but I could stream from this piece of hardware to a spare computer that would then just push it out everywhere.
Yes. And you know what that would introduce?
Ghostbusters. What?
More lag. Because every time that a stream gets restreamed, it adds more lag.
What's a little lag between friends, Daniel? It's nothing. It ain't a thing.
I mean, as long as you and I aren't
Nobody-
lagged, because then it becomes like one of those MSNBC interviews
Well, no.
where they're like, I see that you're on the scene right now, Adam, and can you tell me what exactly that you see?
Yes, Daniel.
I don't know
can
if you can
tell
hear me or not, Adam. Oh, okay. No, you go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No. It's okay. You can finish. It's good.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead and tell us, Adam.
We're standing on the banks of
Yeah,
the.
what I was going to ask was if anyone else. Yeah.
Well, I think no, but have you noticed they do this thing now to pretend like there's no lag, where they shake their head, they're like, yeah,
And they keep shaking,
and they
even
keep shaking
though-
their head until they start talking.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
they do
a
that.
very subtle way of them letting the person on the other side know that they haven't like lost the connection. Like they're not just standing there hearing nothing.
Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe the news is just using RMTP. Because, I was thinking because the videos that I've watched about this were saying, oh, this is very useful if you want to bring in a video guest onto your show.
Right.
And I was thinking, but there's going to be lag because depending on their setup, like Skype and Zoom and Teams and all of that stuff are all set up to be lag free. Or as close to lag-free as possible. If you try to set up your own RMTP server and have someone stream to you, I don't see how that's as good as just doing Zoom or something.
Yeah, exactly. Why not just use Zoom?
So I don't know why you'd
Or-
want to
or
do that.
Teams. I have no idea.
Other than technology's fun. I mean, it would be fun to set that up and just go,
is fun.
mainly I like to do things because they're fun to set up. And then eventually I get bored of them. But I'm like,
Do you
oh,
see-
wow,
do you
I was
see my
able
new-
to. Oh, I do. Wow.
See my new keyboard?
Now, is it Alesis or Alesis?
I'm not quite sure. I've
Well, because I
Never
learned
heard it
recently that stevia is actually stevia.
It's stevia. Yeah, it is
And,
stevia. Because
and-
I've heard that pronounced. You know what? That's a good question. I'm going to go to their not to their website. Let's see if it's on YouTube.
Oh, Auntie Scott actually counted the lag between the YouTube and the Discord. Yeah, there's going to be. We're sending video. It buffers, so you have better quality.
Oh, here's a twink reviewing one of these keyboards.
Most viewed videos on this channel is of a $40 MIDI keyboard called the AKM 320. It was my entry point into the world of MIDI devices, and it served its purpose.
He
but-
literally skips over saying the product name and just goes to the model number. So he avoids the whole Alesis controversy.
Do you think he doesn't know? And so he's
Possibly, because I don't see their.
when he
their
was writing
website.
his script, he just thought to himself, "Self,
Is it?
I'm
Well,
just not going to say it."
Here's the alternative to that. I know you don't listen to RuPaul's Drag Race recap, but the alternative to that is that you could look really ignorant like Taylor did when he said GIF. I'm gonna look just like that GIF of so and so, and I was just like, oh girl, A, it's GIF, and B, nobody calls it that.
Well, I'm okay. You and I agree a lot, but I'm actually okay with either pronunciation of that. Because the guy,
I'm not gonna correct someone in polite company. However, there is one correct and one wrong
Well,
pronunciation of it.
I don't think that's true.
It absolutely is. I don't give a shit what the guy that created it. He gave up his.
I think if you okay, but do you go up to, let's say a mom names her baby something, I don't know, whatever,
Thumper.
and she pronounces it Thumper. Thumper. Do you go up to the mom and say, I'm sorry, phonetically, your child's name is Thumper. I'm not going to say Thumper.
Aha, here's the difference. I like your analogy. I like where this is going. Here's the difference. That mom never pronounced the name of her child for the first 30 years of its life. And that child went out and said, hello, everyone, my name is Thumper. And then 30 years later, after everyone called it Thumper and it agreed that it was called Thumper, 30 years later, this woman goes, well, I gave birth to him and his name is actually Thumper. It's just like, okay, thank you, lady. Sit down now. You're crazy. It's like, that's what happened with the GIF controversy is he had a chance to introduce the world to his pronunciation of it when he introduced it to the world. It is called, it's an acronym, right? The graphics interchange format. That's what GIF stands for. Graphics, graphics interchange format, not graphic interchange format. So it's everyone pronounced it as GIF, and then this dude on his deathbed decides that no, it's actually GIF, and it's yeah, fuck you, go away.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very adamant about that pronunciation.
I am very adamant.
I don't, I just wouldn't go to the level of saying that I felt like someone should be embarrassed, because you said something along the lines of you were embarrassed for Taylor for saying
Yeah,
it
well,
wrong.
that's
yeah. I mean, come on. Why would you be embarrassed?
Because I just ragging on Taylor because I know he doesn't listen to our show.
He probably doesn't listen to very many shows at all.
No, he probably doesn't, which is fine. But I know Taylor. I've gone to Disney with Taylor. I've had dinner with Taylor. He lives 20 minutes that way.
Some level 13
I'm
member.
allowed to make fun of Taylor.
Some level 13 member should clip out that.
Listen to the latest episode of Drag Race recap, and you'll hear him call me a straight guy. So
a straight guy, as in he thinks you have characteristics of someone who's not a homosexual.
I don't know.
Or
Adam,
a straight guy, as in like in Abbott and Costello.
Well, for the context of that, Adam, you would just have to listen to the show. So,
Are we doing like live ad reads for for RuPaul's Drag Race recap now?
Yeah, I learned that on that Darn Elvis this week that Scott actually took his home DJ radio station to the extreme of reading ad copy. I never did that. I always tried to come up with the banter between the songs and do that. That was my imaginary radio station. I didn't like ads, so I didn't ever practice reading the ads.
So you would both sit around and pretend you were on the radio? Is that what we're saying? That in your closet or in your bathtub
I
or
thought
in
you
the
listened
shower?
to this past episode.
I
It was on the
did.
it was on the pre-show, I think, when we were talking about growing up when we were pretending that we had radio stations.
I don't remember. Are you sure that was actually on the recorded
He
bit?
had a clock radio that he hardwired so that he could
I don't
broadcast
remember.
from his closet to
I don't-
his mother in the other room. And
I don't remember any of-
I took the more direct approach. I just propped speakers up in my window and broadcast them out to the yard.
I'm not sure that was
very
recorded.
loudly.
I want someone who is listening right now who heard the pre-show or the post-show to verify this, because I don't remember any of that. But it could have been there. Okay, well, Auntie Scott says he can verify it, so I believe Auntie Scott. So I did listen, but I will admit,
Dog pooped on the floor last night.
Are the animatronic fail videos
Newer animatronics or not?
DJing live inside that trailer with windows so that you could see him and on the air light popping on and him like that parasite and alien that pops from. I just saw an ad ever since I got that horrible rash. My scrotum is itching.
My scrotum.
Muzak?
Yes.
Wow.
Tablet, then I can explain it better. Hold on.
Well, Daniel goes to get his tablet. With his tablet and
Dots there.
as being the only
Yeah, because I picked up some of that from. It really annoyed me one day, and I walked in. No,
same when I click same as system.
no. My musical output is because you're.
In love with a boy who loved Jethro Tull's Creek in Doorless Chambers. Hanson.
Okay. I'm sure it was on there, Adam. Drew just verified. Author extraordinaire, Drew O'Brien.
You know, I've been switching to the chat room occasionally, and I just realized that the chat room that I was switching to was the Throwing Down chat room and not the Pride 48 chat room. So people are probably wondering, if they're watching the video, what is this chat that Adam keeps switching to?
Well, I mean,
it's
there's
on the-
only how many people are watching the video too? It's Gary Bearden and one other person maybe.
It's on the wrong. Well, I don't know. First of all, there would be no
should
way for
tell
me
you.
to know who is watching. We have
No, not who, but it
we
should
have
tell you how
3
many.
concurrent viewers right
Three
now.
concurrent viewers. Well, welcome, 3 concurrent viewers.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome. I mean, we're not really advertising. I could put the link on Twitter. Oh, I'm not logged into Twitter.
Well, then you
That's
probably can't. do
That's
it
a
on Twitter.
that's a problem. Twitter, why do you have to send me an authentication code? Why should you be
Because
secure?
you have it set up for 2-factor. I don't have mine set up for 2-factor, so it doesn't have to send me an authentication code.
Well, there was a problem.
Someone was logging into your Twitter account and pissing
No,
people
I
off?
don't think so, but I
Oh, you
couldn't
should use
remember
that as
my
an excuse. You
password.
know those people that complain about your new music on your show? You just be like,
Oh,
someone someone logged into my show and changed the theme song on me. I didn't even know what happened.
I just, you know what? I like dance music.
I enjoy. I applaud you for changing the.
Yeah.
I applaud you for changing the now that right here when it does this thing.
I want to shorten it. I want to shorten
Hold
it.
on. Yeah, wait. Right here.
The cut. Is that what you're
And then it
talking
goes
about?
faster. That's right here. Baby.
But,
Yeah. See on that live loop thing on your iPad that you have, that's what that right hand column does. is
It's
it allows you-
9:42 in the evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we're streaming live. I just think it's-
9:42 on AM 910 WPLA, Plant City, Florida.
yeah, I like it. Look, I
Current
like
temperature
it.
53 degrees, brr. It's a cold one out there. You want to make sure you got the blankets over them plants and over your loved ones. Here it is, Billy Ray Cyrus, his newest hit, right here on WPLA.
I'm gonna shorten it. It's a little too long at the beginning because I want the what's it called? When you want your voice to come in. There's a part.
Yes.
Or whatever, you're going to hit the whatever,
Yeah.
the post. Actually, that's different. That's when you're talking before they start to sing. But anyway, there's that hook there, the click, 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 click.
Yeah.
I want to be right there. So I want to shorten the rest of it a little, but I have to do some editing. So
I would suggest with no sarcasm
yeah,
that you use GarageBand to do that, because if you bring that song into GarageBand, there's tools in GarageBand that'll let you line it up and pick out the beats, so that then you can cut it more cleanly so that you match up the beats if you cut out a section, whatnot. So GarageBand
but
is
then I have to learn how to use GarageBand.
not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, you can Google that, like how to quantize an audio recording in GarageBand, and then how to cut. And I mean, cutting is literally just using the razor blade and cutting it, and then sliding just like you would do in
Right.
Premiere Pro or Audition or whatever. What you drinking tonight, Adam? It looks like beer, and I know you don't drink beer.
It's tea. Although I'm about to switch to Diet Mountain Dew because you can see
You're
I'm
almost
at the
out
very
of
bottom.
tea.
Yeah. So I don't
Already over.
I don't drink a lot of water. I really don't drink any water, but
Adam,
well, I
that
do.
glass,
Yes,
that
I know.
tea is
I
mainly
know.
water.
But I mean, just straight up, from the teat, water.
You don't need to.
933-804.
Almost everything you drink has water in it. And there's people that are like, yes, but caffeine is a diuretic, and so you lose all the water that you drank in. It's like, no, caffeine is not such a strong diuretic that it offsets the entire fucking glass of tea that you just drank.
I agree with you, but people like to shame.
They do. It comes from the water people, the people that sell bottled water, and they've got everyone just hoodwinked into this. We spend billions of dollars a year to have potable water in our houses from the faucet, and yet then we spend more money going out and buying bottles of water.
So I want to run something by you.
Yes.
We're going to officially start having our Pride 48 meetings on our...
Oh,
Well, it's just you and I now.
right.
Oh,
But
shit.
can I?
I'm not supposed to announce that. We're going to announce it.
Oh, well.
Whoop.
Level 13, little gossip, little hot goss for the level 13 folks.
Or anybody that's live. Dates. You know what? I'm going to just tell this to you. The only problem is we're an even number of people. But that's the problem. But I don't want to do June.
Okay.
Because I think June is, and I understand why it has always been in June. I understand that. But since we're not doing an in-person event this year, and there's Father's Day, and then a lot of gay pride stuff where people are like, oh, I can't do a show because I've got to go party in gay pride or whatever. That it should either be sometime in July after my vacation or August, because we would do the in-person event in August.
I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that.
So we just need to decide. So we will go on a vacation, hopefully the Virgin Islands, sometime around our anniversary.
I feel like last year doing 2 from home events that close to each other was probably.
Yeah, but this one could just be the only one, and it could be either late
that's what I'm saying.
July
Yeah,
or early
exactly.
August.
Just combine. Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, we did one. In the beginning, we
Right.
did one for the first 2 years. And then we went to Vegas, and then we just did one, and we did it in Vegas. And then the next year, we were like, oh, well, let's do a from. So it wasn't until our 4th year that we split them into 2 different events. So
we just need to figure out a date. I guess it doesn't really matter. We just throw any arbitrary date out there.
Any arbitrary date.
I'm just saying
have-
we will be in the Virgin Islands hopefully around July 4th.
Yeah.
So it would need to be probably 4th week of July or later. Just to give time
Wait,
to have.
July 4th, and then you need 3 weeks to recover from your
Well, I'm
vacation?
saying normally we do a state of the
So
station.
hard.
Well, normally we do a state of the station to prepare people and give technical information and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that means that's got to be at least a week before.
Yeah, but Still, we could do it July 16th. We could do it July 23rd. I don't care. We could do it.
Let's just, you know what? Let's just set a date right now. Let me pull up a calendar. Oh God.
I'm gonna demure. Is that what I'm saying? Is that demure? Is that
No.
I'm going to
No, demure is a
yeah,
is a
I'm going to
characteristic of
defer.
a
I'm going to defer to our executive producer Cyclone, who has a much better handle on these holidays things. It's like, does July 23rd conflict with anything? Is there any international day of poisoning or something that the July 23rd would conflict with? Like,
You know, I used to
that's the day that we're all going to go to. That's the day that something opens in the movie theater or something like that.
I'm going to throw this out there as well. We should pick a date when Auntie Scott is available because I think we should do a 3-way episode.
I don't know that Auntie Scott will do a live show.
He will do for
on the
me.
Pride 48
For
weekend.
me, I think he will. He did a dubious intent one time with
Oh.
me on a live Pride 48 weekend.
Did he know that?
Yeah, he knew that was the one. That was the one where I made it as much like Vera Speaks for Real as possible, and I brought in,
So Auntie Scott, are
sound
you available
effects.
on July 23rd? Are you
Or
taking
24th.
a cruise? Are you take? Well, yeah, it would be the
Or
weekend
25th.
of the 23rd. Yeah, 23rd through the 25th. Are you in July of 23rd through 25th?
I'm just throwing it out there. If he says no,
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
lucky if he makes it to mine. But do you have a cruise
do you have
booked
do you
for
have
that weekend?
plans?
Do you have plans for that weekend?
Are you washing your hair that weekend?
Okay, Scott is available that weekend.
Okay. I know he doesn't like to do live, but I feel like it doesn't matter what you say on the air.
Well, I feel like
Everyone
this year,
loves
in order
you.
to jazz it up this year, let's have him do the interstitials live. So he has to stay up the entire event, and then after a show ends, you just listened to Geeky Gay, and coming up next, who the fuck are you people? Oh, it's the cocktails and cream poofs, and right here on Pride 48.
Okay. July 23rd through the 25th are the dates. Boom. How
You
easy
heard
was
it here
that?
First, you heard it here first. But this is a level 13 exclusive. Do we have a sound for that? A level 13 exclusive?
I don't think so. But any sound you want to use would work. I mean, we can anything we want, really.
Let's see. Can I do this one?
I don't know. Can you?
Right here on level 13, an exclusive announcement. Pride 48 live streaming weekend, July 23rd through the 25th of 2021.
So I put a link to the YouTube on Twitter, and we actually dropped a listener, a viewer.
Yeah, they're
Well,
like, well, I
how
don't want
did-
to watch it now.
How did that happen? Like I advertised it, and we
not
lost a viewer.
It's not exclusive now. Now I don't want to watch it. I only want to
what
watch it if
happened
it's
there?
exclusive. Let's see. So I need to grab a beverage and then I'm ready to go.
Okay, well, after you grab your beverage, I'll just pee. But I'll wait on you. Go ahead.
Oh, or you can go first. I don't care.
No, after you. After you, really.
No, after you.
I know after.
insist.
No, really. After
I insist.
after
All right.
you.
Fine, I'm
really.
going. I'll be right back. Since I'm going to turn my video off so that you don't see my Captain America pants as I get up and walk away here.
I switched off of you anyway. That's a very small. It's a very. I should switch back. He has the time. Oh, no. I'll just. He has the tiniest little picture of himself on Zoom. It's the. It's a tiny little Daniel, but only people who are watching can see that. So Lamont, why I don't know if I should belabor it. I don't feel like I should belabor. So I'll just say why the statement that you just made, Lamont, in the chat room, because I don't want to say any more on the live stream, but what do you mean? I'm just curious to know what you mean. I'll wait for your answer off the air. So yeah, I want to go to the Virgin Islands. I mentioned it on Geeky. Well, not I. Mark mentioned it to me. He said, why don't we go? Why? So Mark mentioned to me that he said, Boyfie, we could go to the U.S. Virgin Islands because nobody has to have a passport to go there. And it's a U.S. territory, so maybe they're going to have similar COVID rules. And he and I are both getting our final shots. I feel like I don't have enough lighting on my face, and my nose looks big. But anyway, he and I are getting our final shots on the 15th. And so, anyway, so we looked into it. And, yeah, because we didn't take any trip for our anniversary last year. I mean, I know we did go skiing, but so maybe we're going to do that. I don't know. Although we've got to shit or get off the pot. Isn't that what they say? Because I think tickets for everything are going to go up, 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 up. So, and Cyclone, we went to Puerto Rico a couple of years ago and we really enjoyed Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. We really enjoyed it, but this would be a new experience for both of us.
Go down.
I feel like they have those. Isn't it Sandals that has the really expensive resorts in these island nations?
I feel like I've heard that. I feel like I've seen. There's a Sandals here in St. Pete Beach, so I feel like that's a series of luxury hotel.
All right, I'm gonna go do my business and then I'll be back.
It's always advertised as like these straight people that spend way too much time out in the sun, like lounging on the sand at Sandals Resort. Do I have a Sandals? I do. Oh, it's that time. I've had the time of my life. And they're just playing out on the beach. And like all of them look like models, but if you've ever been to one of those,
Sandals, having the time
it's like cruise ship commercials that have like all of these gorgeous model like people on the cruise ship. It's like, you'll have so much fun on your Disney cruise, and everyone looks beautiful, and it's not. It's not the reality of that is not the same. Are some of them clothing optional? Gary in the chat room wants to know. I'm assuming that's a previous conversation that I didn't have any say-so in. You're going to hear on the show tonight that I have actually booked a camping weekend. I'm so excited. My first camping trip in almost a year and a half now. Because I think the last time I went camping was November of 2019. And now I'm going camping again in May, the weekend of May 1st. I almost said Auntie Vera Scott. Auntie Vera Scott in the chat room says, without Zach, yes, I am going by myself April 30th through May 2nd. But then we are both going after he is fully vaccinated in May. So we're going for the 80s weekend in May 23rd through the 25th or something like that. So we got two camping trips. The difference is that I'm fine camping in a tent, and Zach is not. So we couldn't get a cabin. Like there wasn't a cabin available for the April 30th one, and Zach wouldn't be fully vaccinated. So I also am really anxious to try out different cellular services there, because one of the big holdups of us camping more often, and this will become more prevalent when we buy a camper, is lack of internet signal places. And so I want to make sure that we have the best possible setup for mobile internet, so that when we do have our camper, during the daytime in campgrounds, there's just not a lot to do. So to be able to play games or watch TV during the day, we're just not pool people. You know what I'm saying? And these campgrounds in Florida, they don't really have a lot of, like up in Georgia, in New York, when we go to those campgrounds, there's trails you can go hiking. Like there's mountain, like the one in New York's in the Poconos. The one in Georgia is up near the Smoky Mountains. It's like you have these trails you can go on, and you can go hiking and do things during the day that, out hang a hammock up between trees and whatnot. But here in Florida, it's largely scrub on these campgrounds. So there's not a lot of trees as much as there is scrub. Are you on different cell providers? Currently, yes, I'm on Mint Mobile, which is a T-Mobile MVNO, and Zach is on AT&T. But neither of those perform very well at the campground, so we're going to check Google Fi, which uses T-Mobile and Sprint, which are now one company. And then you can get a prepaid Verizon SIM for like $50 for 15 gigs. So $50 for 15 gigs. If it works, then we can get a better plan. But I didn't want to go in too much. I just wanted to test it. But just anecdotally asking people in the chat room or in the campground Facebook page, a lot of people are saying Verizon is the way to go. So we'll see. I see that Adam has returned. Oh, Lamont Crank. I can't talk. I can't talk. Lamont uses Verizon prepaid, Adam.
Verizon prepaid?
Yes, that is what Lamont Cranston uses.
Good for. Why'd you turn your video off now?
Because I had to adjust some stuff, and I didn't want to do it. I have no idea what view you're sending out to the world.
You had to adjust. Well, I can show you, but it distracts you. So, did you pull some
it's
stuff
fine.
over?
No, I needed to shoot up some heroin. I just didn't want to show people my kit as I pulled it out, and it's...
Do you have a fancy heroin vape thing like you do for pot?
Yeah, it's the heroin vape. That's it's very fancy.
I'll do.
Where's your tweet? Let me go find your tweet.
This one, and I'll do this.
Are you switching our theme songs?
What? Am I switching our theme song?
You were just like, I'll take this one and that one, and I'm just like,
you need to drag some stuff over.
How come I don't see your tweet?
You blocked me.
Did I?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know why you don't see I tweeted. I don't know why you I think you see things from me.
I see it now. No, I don't want that. I want to copy that link.
Well, there you go. Copy it.
It won't let it. It wants to launch it.
You can also just retweet it. Do you think if people see that it's a retweet, they'll be like,
I was going to send it to someone.
Oh, okay.
Now I need to figure out how to shut it off.
Are you playing us?
Yeah, well, I clicked on the thing and it...
I was like, where's that coming
dear
from?
God. You put it in the chat room here, right?
Yeah, it's in the chat room as well.
Let's see. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna grab this.
Speaking of the chat room.
Yeah, what about the chat room, Adam? Instagram. Oh, Nico Martinez just posted a picture on Instagram with his hair all flayed out. That's a very nice picture, Nico. I don't think he watches anymore. But if he did...
Or listens, you mean?
Yeah, I don't think he listens anymore. But if he did, the Instagram picture that you just posted...
Did you guys have a falling out?
No, not that I'm aware of. I
Or,
think that he's just... I haven't heard anything from Nico Martinez in a long time. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that's what I'm
fact,
saying.
no, I haven't.
I'm just saying. So I'm not aware of a fallout. I didn't have a fallout with him. I'm just saying that I haven't heard from him in a while, and so I don't know if he's still listening or not. But
Well,
anyway, all right.
maybe
are you
he's
ready?
been very busy because of COVID. Doesn't he work for some health agency or something?
I don't know.
And his Social Security is. Yes, I'm ready whenever you're ready. Did you pull anything over into the actual show column? Because you added...
Oh no, I didn't. Let's go to the. Let's go over to the big board.
You
Pretty much
added
everything
some
I
stuff.
everything I put on there we can talk about. Let's see. And I think I had one more thing. So you're going to talk. Oh, good. You're going to talk about that. Yeah, I definitely want to talk about this, and I want to talk about.
The one I left over, I'm not going to talk about.
Okay, I'm going to talk. I think you should, but I'm going to put that there. But I have another one that I can talk about, which is,
Well, I was going to put either July or Tableau after everything because we need something to talk about. Unless you have something, we need something quick.
Didn't I just put something down there talking about my camping trip? Didn't I just put that down there? I put it between contact and we don't have contact, so
That's true. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we don't have contact.
It should
so-
actually go after the news then.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I can do that. If it'll let me. There we go. And then let's see this one we can talk about here. Okay, great. I'm ready. I'm just throwing darts all at that board. I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Are you recording? That's the real question.
Oh no, I'm not.
Glad I asked. Glad I asked.
Now I am. Now
Oh,
I
yeah,
am.
no, I asked him, and now he definitely is. Yeah. So, all right. See what I did there, Adam? See what I did there? I'm talking to our, like, there's producers off stage. Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
now? Are you watching us again? Did you just
No, I'm
pull
not.
it? Okay,
I'm not watching.
Okay.
I'm looking at a Trello board. I can't see even your
Okay,
video at this point in
okay.
time. All right. I am recording. Are you recording?
I am. Yes.
All right. Let's kick this pig. Friday night, 11:05 p.m. in the East. Streaming live on Pride48.com. It's time for Mix Minus. My name is Daniel Brewer. I do not do this show alone, though. I do it with my good buddy, Adam Burns. Adam, how are you this evening?
Why do you make me buy things? I'm gonna go broke.
I don't
I'm
know
not
what you're
gonna-
talking
I'm not
about.
gonna have
but
any
I'm
money
doing,
left over?
I'm doing excellently. Thank you for asking. I'm glad. What was that? Did I
I
come out
bumped
too
my
strong?
desk.
Oh.
No, I bumped my desk.
Suddenly, the Adam cam was jiggling all over the place and everything. How's the weather tonight in Arkansas, by the way?
I think it's a little chilly outside, but it was a beautiful sunny day, but a little on the nippy side.
We had such great weather this past week. Where it was in the upper 80s. It was gorgeous. I could sit out on my little screened-in patio while eating lunch and listening to podcasts, and even, dare I say, take a few Zoom meetings out on the porch, which I love. But then all of a sudden, like Thursday night, this horrible cold front went. It was cold today, Adam. It's like 50-something degrees outside right now in Florida. That's crazy. This is not Florida weather, Adam.
Well, it's been cold all week here, but it was probably, I'm only guessing. I have no idea. Someone in the chat room will Google it and be like, no, Adam, you're wrong. But it was probably got into the 60s today, maybe close to 70 at one point. But in the like last night, it was in the 30s. So it's
So the problem,
been
I'm
relatively
standing.
cold.
I'm standing this evening, Adam,
Yep.
because I feel that it adds to the energy.
Does it?
But I keep having to lean over to because now my mixer didn't rise with the standing
I
desk.
hear that can become a problem as you get older. Yeah.
Yeah, your mixers don't rise quite as well. So I'm having to lean over to do that. I'm only saying this because you have chosen to do this crazy video experiment now where we're streaming live not only on Pride 48, not only on our Discord server, but we're also streaming live on YouTube.
YouTube.
And, YouTube. It's going to be big, Adam.
The
I hear.
world.
It's going to be a big
It
thing.
is.
So now I feel like I have to I have to switch
Do
into
your
full
makeup?
work. No, like you know how you do at work when you do Zoom meetings or Teams meetings all day at work, and so you're constantly looking up at a webcam. You're not looking at anybody. You're looking at a little webcam, and you just see movement out of the peripheral of your eye. So I have you full screened over there, and I can see out of the peripheral vision what you're doing. But in order to maintain the illusion that you and I are looking directly at each other, I'm staring at a little webcam. So that whole crazy thing.
We're already talking about the video, Daniel. It's already happened.
All right,
It's not
we're not
supposed
going
to
to do
happen.
it. We're not going to do it. I'm going to talk about. No, I'm not. You're up first. So you get to switch the topic. Then you get. That's excellent.
Okay. Okay, sure. So I talked to the chat room about this earlier while you were, because I forgot that I put it on the Trello, to be perfectly honest.
Yes.
But
you can skip it. We can talk about it later.
I can talk about it. So I want to go on a vacation.
Yes.
Now, we went snow skiing. I understand that I
That
went
is
snow skiing.
so unusual,
And-
though, Adam. It's so unusual for you to want to go. It's like, I feel like wanting to go on vacation is just something that nobody wants to do that. You know what people really want to do? They want to stay home. They want to stare at the same forward. You alone, Adam, are the only human
know.
being that wants to go on vacation. So go ahead. No, tell us.
Well, I was just saying, I realized we just went on a vacation, but that was a family vacation, and it was
right. That doesn't count.
It was cold weather vacation. That doesn't even really count. I did one of my classes that I'm taking right now for product management.
Yes.
So Mark mentioned to me the other day that he said, Boyfie, we should look at going to one of the U.S. Virgin Islands because we like going to islands. They're pretty. There's
can you
water.
Can you name the
The
two
Nina,
US
the
Virgin Islands?
Pinta, and the Santa Maria. No, there's St. Thomas. That was really quiet.
I'm having to,
There's St. Thomas. There's
I have to put a telephone book under the mixer or something.
There's
This is not working.
LaCroix. No, that's not it. It's
That's
something
a water.
similar
I'm
to
pretty
that.
sure that's
It's
a water.
there's
Saint Croix.
St. Croix, and there's Johnson. No, I don't know. But I saw them last night.
A prostitute's clients are called a.
They're called a John. Saint John? Is it Saint
Saint
John? Oh,
There it
they
goes.
have a whole apostle theme going on there. Saint John, Saint.
Yeah, Peter, Paul, and Mary sank, so they don't actually use those anymore. So
Yeah.
well, maybe they're part of the British chain. No one pays attention to the British Virgin Islands. They're just not worth it.
We've never been to. I've never been there. He's never been there to any of them. I don't know which one you would choose. They're probably very similar.
Have you been to any Caribbean port?
Well, when we went on one of the cruises, I don't even know that it was Disney. We stopped at the Bahamas, and yeah, we only were on the beach, and we took a cab over to the Atlantis Resort, and we didn't really venture out into a lot of the Bahamian area.
The Bahamian area.
Bahamian?
The Bahamian area, they use stevia. You don't want to go there. The Bahamian area, however, Adam, they use stevia. I was just torturing that metaphor. I was beating it. My view is that if you've been to one Caribbean port, you've been to all of them. They all, at this point in time, are very, very, very similar. However, Auntie Scott in the chat room brings up an excellent point that he and Drew have been cruising much more than all of us combined, and you could ask him questions about these things. Maybe sometime you should do a show with him.
Now, would this be and I know Auntie Scott is not on here recording with us now, but I'm wondering because Puerto Rico was very nice.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico
Puerto
was
Rico
very
is not
nice.
a Caribbean. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. It's not.
Well, so are the U.S. Virgin Islands. They're U.S. territories.
But
So
the all the port areas, just the immediate port areas, tend to be very touristy. You know, you can buy the same shells and T-shirts at all of these kind of places.
So I don't know. It wouldn't be a
Grand
cruise.
Cayman.
It would not be a cruise. It would just be a trip.
You're just going to go there.
Yeah,
Well, then
just going there. And I don't know. Maybe that's a bad choice. But you see all these Sandals resort ads where it's crystal clear blue waters, and they're
you should go to that place. You know that place where the hotel rooms like are over the water. Like there's actual, like you can dive through the floor to go into the water. Yeah, do that.
I think those are kind of expensive though. That's the only thing.
Adam.
I mean, I don't want to pay thousands of dollars a night. I feel like some of those Sandals resorts that are like that are maybe $2,000 or $3,000 per night.
Yeah,
Daniel.
and you could take the money that you were going to spend on vacation last year, which you didn't take, and then just roll it into doing a once in a lifetime vacation. Well, if COVID has taught you anything, Adam, it's live for today. You have the money. It's not going to put a hurt on you. I'm going to quote a very wise man that once told me, if you can afford to splurge, why wouldn't you splurge?
I'm investing in index funds right now. I've got one day I'm going to be old, and I'm approaching old very quickly.
Dolly Parton had this. I'm completely making this. I know that there's a Dolly Parton story, but I'm just so flying out on a thin line. I'm just pulling shit out of my butt here because I'm. Oh, that's gross. No, I know I've heard a story similar, but she had these china that, a set of china that she had inherited from her mother. It was the nice china. She put it in her china cabinet and she didn't use it because you only use that special china on special occasions. And she never got to use it. Was it
china of many colors?
I don't know, but she never got to use it because her house caught on fire and this china got destroyed in the fire. And so ever since then, she's like, you know what? If it's every day can be a special occasion. It's like if you buy nice things, then you should use the nice things. They're not to be pushed away. They're to be used and enjoyed because we could all go tomorrow.
We could. You're right. Well, anyway, we're looking at it. I don't know. Maybe people will talk me out of it and say, "Oh no, they're not nice." Do a cruise and be on there for one day. Mark might be. I think Mark is ready for a vacation that's not a cruise.
Yeah, well, you're not
I could go on a cruise for every single day.
You're talking about going in July.
July, yeah.
Well, there is no U.S. cruise.
That's true.
You cannot. The only cruises that are happening right now are Royal Caribbean, and that means you have to fly to the Bahamas and then leave from there and return there. You don't hit any U.S. ports.
Yeah. So I don't know. So I don't know. We're looking at it. That's it.
I see. Well,
but we've got to decide soon because I think flights are going to go up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think. No, I think there's going to be a lot of competition right up front. There's still going to be people that, even though they've been vaccinated, even are not going to be comfortable sitting in an airplane with a bunch of people after a pandemic because of whatever they feel about enclosed spaces or whatnot. There's a lot of people that are going to get into a plane and hear someone cough and they just start freaking out. I feel like it's going to take a while for us to psychologically return to normal. I'm not saying you, and I'm not saying me. I'm just saying us as a country. That there are people that will take this to the nth degree of panic. So I feel like it's going to take a
then
while.
There were others who never thought we should do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are we wearing masks? What the hell? What are you afraid of?
Right.
So I don't know.
And there's going to be people that don't want to get on a plane because even though the air exchange on a plane is far greater than the air exchange like in a mall. So it's like traveling in an airplane is actually safer from an air exchange standpoint than it is being indoors somewhere. But
I want to point out, we will both be fully vaccinated.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we do anything. So
there's an idea. The chat room. Have you checked into Mar-a-Lago? I hear that they've got some good rates. They've got some good rates on some rooms there. You could sidle up with your buddy. And,
no. Oh, no, he is not.
All right. But let me tell you this, Adam, while you're traveling, even if you're traveling across, outside of the country, if you're going, no matter where you go, Adam, as long as you have internet service, you can watch things that you recorded on your Tableau in your home. And I know you just got a Tableau because I've been listening on your personal podcast this week. So I'm super excited to hear what happened. Tell me about that. I got my Tableau when we first bought this house. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm excited to hear what you think.
Well, I'll give you my initial. So today I set it up. Today. And
So
Mark-
this is hours of usage, maybe
Yeah.
minutes of usage.
Mark says
this in-depth review is based off of minutes of usage of this device. Yes.
Mark said to me, "Are you just setting this up now because you're afraid Daniel's going to ask you about this on the show tonight?" I said, "How dare you?" No, I would never do it. You know, I'm a procrastinator. Well, okay. So I'm still thinking about whether or not I should buy an antenna. So we have the little small flat antennas that you can stick to the wall or whatever. And that's what we were using on our televisions. And I thought, yeah, I need to buy. But then the one you suggested last week, and I don't remember if we talked about it on the recorded show or if it was on the pre or post or whatever.
Yeah.
But the one you suggested is a directional one.
You are correct.
And
Yes,
when
it's
I was
directional.
looking on that site that you go to look and see where the channels are, they were all around you.
Yeah, I got
The
it.
noise
Yeah.
removal may
Yeah,
remove that. But anyway,
Probably.
so they were all around us. That's what they do at the movie theater when they're doing the Dolby surround.
No, I
you
got
know,
the
it's
reference.
all
I
around
got
you. Anyway,
I got the reference, Adam.
So-
I did.
our channels are not in one direction. And so I thought, well, I don't know if that one will be good. And then I started researching and I wasn't sure. And then I thought, I should try one of the antennas we've already got because we've already got 2 antennas.
An excellent choice. Yes.
And so
You hooked up the antenna.
I hooked it up. And just actually not even in the attic. So I have a closet here that has at my switch, the internet switch,
the
and
beauty-
all of that.
Not to sound like a salesperson here.
Yeah.
By the way, Tableau not a sponsor. We don't work for Tableau. I just happen to like it. But the beauty of the Tableau is that you can put it wherever your antenna gets the best signal because it doesn't connect to the TV. It connects to your home internet. So I mean your home network off of your router. So
Right.
you can put it anywhere in your house where you get the best signal, and you can either hardwire it to your router or you can use Wi-Fi to put it to your router, and then you use apps on all of your devices in your house. Every TV,
Yeah.
all the smart apps, Roku's, everything. There's an app for it, the Tableau app for it, and then you can watch live TV and all of that as well as recorded TV and in all of your rooms. Yeah.
So
go
I
ahead. So
I
you
hooked it
got-
all
so you
up,
got some channels.
and it actually I've got CBS, Univision,
Mm-hmm.
CW Plus, which I'm not sure. What? Well, I don't know.
I feel like the CW is so behind. They just like everyone else was like Disney Plus, Discovery Plus, and what we were CW Plus.
Yeah, I don't know. Court TV,
Oh, that's a good one.
ABC,
Yes.
something called Australia. It's
Australia.
also it's ESTRLLA.
Yeah.
Tele something, which I guess
Telemundo, probably.
it's
Telemundo.
what's on right now on that channel is Noticias Telemundo. So I guess that is.
Telemundo. Yeah.
And then I've got something called MNT. I don't know what it is, but they're playing Inside Edition right now.
That's actually the mount point of the tablet. I'm sorry. That was a Linux joke for anybody out there. Okay.
I have NBC.
There's like 2 geeks out there that snickered at that joke, by the way.
I have Fox
Yes.
and Daystar, which I mean,
no.
come on,
It's better than the
we'll
Night
be
Star.
watching a lot of Daystar. Oh, that's
You know what we call the Daystar here in Florida?
No.
The sun. It's
Ah.
anyway. So you
So,
got it hooked up. You got these, and how much playing around did you get to do with it before?
A little bit. So I turned it on a couple of TVs. I was like, oh, I wonder if I can play on multiple TVs at the same time.
You can.
I can.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it has 4 tuners or something. So I would assume after the 4th TV, maybe
No,
you would
that's
need
not true.
to.
No,
Oh,
it can record 4 programs on 4 different channels at once. So if you have multiple, so each tuner has to be tuned to the channel you're trying to record. But as far as your internal on your network, you can have infinite number of devices because it's not playing the antenna signal; it's playing the things that it recorded. It's just serving out that file to those things.
So everything that I've seen so far, I've really liked, and I think it's nifty. It's a lot better than just the antenna by itself. And also, we bought a very cheap over-the-air DVR from Walmart for like $15 or something, which was the biggest piece of crap I've ever bought in my life. Much better. This is much, much better. And all of the album art came in for all the shows, and you can set the recordings just like on a regular DVR. I assume some of that's going to go away after my 30-day free trial. But
Wait, which goes away?
I think the album art and some of that stuff may go away because I think you have to subscribe for that.
No. The only thing I pay for on my Tableau is...
I feel like their
You-
website.
Oh, you know what it was? I paid a one-time fee for it. I think you can
Okay.
pay a $99 one-time fee for that instead of getting billed monthly.
I mean, I don't know what'll happen if they'll just go, oh, we don't know what's on, or if you just lose the art or something. I don't really know what happens.
You would only
but-
you would only get a couple of days. You wouldn't be able to look a week ahead or whatever. You would only be able to get the next couple of days on your shows. But the only thing I pay for is the commercial skip feature, which is $20 a year. So you pay $20 a year and you get the commercial skip. And that's where after it records your program, whatever program that you've recorded, it sends the data to it up to their servers, and they have a bunch of AI stuff that figures out where the commercial breaks are, and then it basically blocks off those commercial breaks. So you don't even have to hit fast forward. You're just watching Penn and Teller's Fool Us on over the air, and as soon as it gets to the commercial break, it just goes put, and you're done. And it just you keep playing.
So anyway, I like everything I've seen so far, and it wasn't that expensive. It was only maybe $150 or something, and I got the one that included storage.
Oh,
so the one I got included storage. Yeah. But I will say this, and this has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the Tableau.
Here we go.
There aren't apps on any of our televisions. So that means that we have to use Chromecast.
What are your televisions using?
Well, we have an old LG TV that Mark had when I first met him. We have a Vizio, and we have my new one is a Samsung, but none of them had a Tableau app on them.
Yeah, Roku has it. Fire TV has it. I think
So we don't. None of our TVs are Roku TV, and none of our TVs are Android TV. They're Samsung. Vizio has their own.
Oh, if
operating
you can cast to your TV, you can do it that way. You could go do it on your phone and then cast to your TV.
So I do have an NVIDIA Shield on the TV up here, so I'm able to use that, and there is an app on that because that's Android TV. But the two downstairs, there's no app. So what that means is we would have to first pull it up on our phone. We have Chromecast, but we would have to pull it up on our phone first, and
Honestly,
then
at that
cast
point
it
in
to
time,
the TV.
then just get one of those dongles. Just get one of those Roku dongle, for $29 that you just plug into another HDMI, and it's just another source on your TV. Then just flip over for that. I used to have to do that because Twitch, and Amazon in their infinite wisdom decided that they were going to discontinue all the Twitch apps except for Fire TV. So the only reason I have a Fire TV hooked up to my TV is so I can watch Twitch. It's like if Twitch was available on Roku, I would not have that stupid Fire TV hooked up to my TV at all.
And that's not a Tableau's fault because I assume, well, I don't know. Maybe they are the ones.
I'm delighted that you like it so far. I'm interested to hear in usage how you like it. I know that I read through a lot of boards and stuff when I first got it, and the biggest advice that I took away from there was spend the money to get a nice antenna, because in this world of digital signals, a bad digital signal does not come across as static. It just doesn't render.
Yeah.
So you lose. So having a bad antenna, or one that's going to cut out in cloudy weather or whatever, it's kind of like the satellite system where it's not quite aimed at the satellites, and a storm happens and you lose all your TV, whatever. So just make sure you get a decent antenna. And antennas are not horribly expensive. I think, to blow a lot of money on an antenna is to spend $60 or $70.
No, I know, but it's
a lot.
It's picking. I don't know what to choose because, like I said, I don't see myself climbing on the roof.
Yeah, I would hit up a lot of those forums, and because they make attic antennas that go along the eave inside the attic.
Even that, our attic is super tall. There's
but they'll also suggest people to install them. And so I wouldn't do any work in the attic. I would have someone come in and install it.
How do you, our attic, there is so much space that I think, man, we could use that for storage, but I am scared to death to walk in that sea of insulation, to try to find a beam.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
Well, we
trip
did-
and fall through the ceiling.
What we did here is the previous owners of this house had a satellite. They had dish or something. I just took that mount that was already on the wall on the
Yeah.
outside of the house, and I just pulled the dish off and then put my antenna on that mount. So it's like, it's like 8 feet up in the air, just on the side of my house in the backyard. So but I live in a place where all of the channels I want to watch are in one direction. So that's why I use that directional antenna that pulls in all of them from that direction. This is super exciting. for
Yeah,
me.
it is. Well, you know what? We are geeky guys, and people love that about us. That's what I
We
have
do.
to
I'm
say.
trying to find this thing, Adam. I listen. I know that you listen to other podcasts. I listen
I
to
do.
other podcasts, and one of the ones that I listen to without shame, I've talked about many times on this show. It's the downloads. I want to go there. How do I get to the recent? Oh, I remember where it's at. All right. So I was listening to one of these podcasts that I actually am a Patreon member of. It's called the QAnon Anonymous Podcast. I know I've talked about it on this show before. These are the guys that have been they're all along debunking QAnon stuff and giving you news on that crazy.
There's a
so-
documentary I want to see. On
Oh,
that.
and they're on that documentary, by the way.
Oh, are
They're
they?
on episode 2 of that documentary. You actually get to see them. But I was listening to this show, and their guest on this episode sounded like a doppelganger for a Pride 48 podcaster. I'm going to play this clip. And I want you to tell me what Pride 48 podcaster does this sound like.
So some of the projects I've got coming up, there is a feature-length version springboarding off of David D's about conspiracy theorists and conspiracy theories in general that I'm co-directing with my friend Simon Ennis. So this will be like similar sort of character profiles like D's of various conspiracy theorists, but then we're also going to bring in historians and psychologists, neurologists, philosophers to create a whole sort of picture.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm thinking the same person that you are, because
I don't
I'm
know.
thinking.
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking John from Secretly Timid is who I'm thinking about, but I don't think that's who you would be thinking about.
No, that's not who I was thinking about. That to me sounded like Taylor the Latte Boy. That sounded like Taylor. Listen to a little bit more.
Pantheon of conspiracy theories. If anyone knows any interesting conspiracy theorists that we could profile in the vein of David D's.
Do you? Yes,
Yeah,
you hear it?
yeah. You know what it is? When Taylor podcasts, his voice raises a little bit when he's excited, and he doesn't quite sound like that. But when he's just normal talking, like if you call him on the phone or something, he sounds more like what you just played.
Oh,
And
I
I
see.
normally hear him when he's podcasting, not when he and I don't have a close personal relationship, unless he needs audio help. And then,
I was gonna say,
he'll
I find that Taylor talks differently on Pod as My Co-Pilot than he does on Drew Paul's Drag Race recap.
Drew Paul's Drag
Drew
Race?
Paul's right. They couldn't do RuPaul because they couldn't afford it, so they're doing Drew Paul, which is Rue's brother.
Oh, hey, one other thing. I know you've already moved on, but speaking of RuPaul's Drag Race,
yes.
the only other thing is my plan was to get rid of YouTube TV and use this Tableau.
Right.
But I realized there's nowhere to get Bravo shows without a cable subscription. So now
correct. That is incorrect.
Well, you have to pay. You have to pay for something. You have to do Fubo or
No. Here's what you do. You do exactly what I do. Do what your good buddy Daniel Brewer does. You're going to pay a one-time fee of $29 for the entire season on Amazon, and then you have it delivered to you with no censoring, no commercial breaks, and what. And that $29 for a show that lasts over 3 months is like less than $10 a month.
Yeah,
so
there's a Drag Race app. Mark said there's an app, and you can get.
You can't watch the U.S. version on that app in the U.S. You would have to use a VPN. You know what I'm saying? It's because of the streaming rights and whatever. The streaming rights are held. So just buy it. You can buy it on iTunes. You can buy it on Amazon Prime. Any of those services. Just buy it. It's basically, sometimes you'll find it $19.99. Yeah. So
we
it's
also
$20.
watch Top Chef. So anyway,
Yeah.
we're still going to get rid of YouTube TV, but I was like, there's always that one channel that you want, and they don't have an app yet. And
Like MSNBC, yeah, we end up having to pay $35 a month for Sling TV for the sole purpose of getting MSNBC because it's the cheapest way that you can get MSNBC. Even when NBC came out with the Peacock app, I was hoping that their news channel there would be MSNBC, but no, it's not. It's something else. Adam, I want to talk to you about this thing, and I need to find it on the web. So while I'm looking,
while you're
this
doing
up-
that, I would like to mention that we are joined every Friday night
yes,
by a wonderful chat room. Some of them
Really?
listen. Some of them listen on Discord. Some of them listen on Pride 48 audio stream. Some of them
no
listen
matter
on
how
YouTube.
you're listening to us, there is a chat room that you can join and play along with us. If they wanted to get to the chat room, if they're listening on some alternate device right now, all you have to do is go to pride48.com. There is a chat icon there that will take you to the Pride 48 chat room, which is where we are, it's a Discord link. So it's just going to launch Discord.
Well, I was going to say all that to give you time to do whatever it was that you were doing.
I'm sorry. I'll go back to looking up my stuff.
So
now.
we have in the chat room with us, Daniel. I don't know if you know this, but right now, at this very moment, we have Auntie Scott, we have Cyclone, our executive producer, we have RT Cruiser, we have Kathy Marshall, who has joined us recently. We also have Lamont Cranston, and earlier we had Gary. We had Gary from
Yep, in Phoenix.
Phoenix from the Rainbow Vista.
Yep.
And and Crone. Oh, Crone is typing now. Listen to that. I mean, look at that. So a lot of people.
Look at that. A lot of people. Adam, what I wanted to talk to you about, are you familiar with this website, Podchaser, podchaser.com?
Yeah, it sounds like there's another type of chaser in the world, and there are many different type of chasers in the world.
Podchaser.com it's a podcast aggregator review site, so to help you find other podcasts, but you can also follow creators on it, and it's kind of like a mini social network. Anyway, it's not important. We're obviously on that website in Podchaser. You can go over there and you can follow us, and you can see lists of podcasts that we follow and all kinds of things. But what you can do is that you can leave reviews for podcasts that you listen to. And I know that you're thinking to yourself, ugh, that's my Adam Burns impersonation, by the way. I'm
reviews.
tired of always doing things for you damn podcasters. But let me tell you why. In the month of April, Podchaser is going to be donating 25 cents for every review that we get on our show.
Oh.
They're going to donate 25 cents to Meals on Wheels, to the Meals on Wheels America Go Further Fund. So for every review that we get on Podchaser, it's totally free, by the way, to sign up for Podchaser. And if you're someone, let's say, older, like let's say Auntie Scott, who uses web interfaces exclusively to listen to your podcast, you can build a list of podcasts and then use their interface to just play the ones that you want right down the line. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a feed. It's kind of like gives you a podcatcher without you having to have a podcatcher. That's not important. But what is important is for every review we get on Podchaser, they're going to donate 25 cents. And we can double that money if you keep Adam and I on our toes here, because every review that we reply to, they will donate another 25 cents to Meal on Wheels. It's happening all the entire month of April. This is being sponsored by Podchaser, but they have partners in this: Libsyn, Buzzsprout, Blueberry, Player FM, Podkicker, all the normal places that host podcasts. They're doing this for the month of April. So it doesn't even have to be us. You go whatever your favorite podcast that you like to listen to, or all of the podcasts you like to listen to. Go find them on Podchaser. Leave them a review. There you go. 25 cents to Meals on Wheels America, whatever I said.
We would never ask for a review. Look, one time we read a review that had been posted maybe 6 years earlier that we had never read. And we're like, oh, let's look over here and see if, this is strictly because we want to help
Was that the one that
charity.
said that we had great chemistry, but that our
content sucked?
They had great chemistry. If only they had better content.
So many inside jokes.
Yeah.
So much techie stuff that makes no sense. But man, that chemistry.
That was
great.
it. We'll probably talk about that for the next couple of shows, just because you can do it anytime in April. So podchaser.com, podchaser.com. Suddenly I'm Joe Batanz. I'm spelling things. I don't understand. Adam, you're up next.
Really? Do I have another thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We're doing all of this before. Okay.
Did you want
So,
to? I mean,
no,
we can. We don't really have a lot after that. We can do that.
Let's save it for after.
All right, we're gonna do that. And then
do
in
news.
that case,
yeah, let's
Adam,
do the game.
news game. It's the news game. It's the news game. What questions will he ask? It is the Mix Minus News Game. This is a segment of the show where Adam will read me some questions from the New York Times news quiz. Not using only my head, brain, and mouth words, will answer said questions. These are multiple choice questions. I'll try to answer without asking for the choices, just to make it a tad harder. But we'll see how it goes. And then after that, there's a speed round, which you don't need to listen to because that one's totally useless. Anyway, Adam, what is our first question on the news quiz this evening?
All right, Daniel. Billions of which type of animal are expected to emerge from underground in 18 states?
18 states.
Over the next few weeks.
That would be cicadas, Adam. And I know this because I remember when I lived in Connecticut, it was at a time where there was like going to be the 6-year period of cicadas and 8 years that were going to coincide. And it was going to be a massive cicada. And it didn't happen. To it now. I'm hoping that Florida is one of the 18 states. Is it cicadas, Adam?
That was a little quiet.
Soft.
Let me try that again.
Good.
Yes, correct. It is. Yeah. Sorry, you fuzzed out for a second. I don't even know what happened. All right. Yes, billions of cicadas from a group known as Brood X are expected to emerge in the next few weeks.
Does it say what the 18 states are? I could Google that. I'm hoping that Florida is one of
no, it doesn't list the 18 states. But all right. The U.S. averaged about 65,000 new cases of the coronavirus per day over the past week.
Yes.
A 19% increase from 2 weeks ago. Which 3 of the following help to explain why the cases are rising, Daniel?
3 of how many?
All right. Yes. So the first one is B.
3 of how many? Oh, wait, how many are there that I'm picking 3 of?
Of 5.
So I need to eliminate 2. Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the first one is B117, a more contagious variant, is spreading.
That is true. That is one of them.
Number 2, many Americans have begun to behave more cautiously. Oh, sorry.
That is incorrect. That is not only incorrect, but that wouldn't help even if it was true.
Okay. Number 3, the country has not yet vaccinated enough people to reach herd immunity.
That is true. As of today, we were at 30% of American adults. No, 30% of America has at least 1 shot.
All schools have now reopened.
Well, that's anything that has the word all or every in it is false. So no, I believe I've eliminated 2.
All right. And the
So-
last one is states and cities. I have a whistle in my teeth all of a sudden. States and cities have lifted restrictions.
That is true. Yeah. So it's those 3, Adam.
All right. That is correct.
Hooray!
Yeah. All right. As Major League Baseball season begins, all 30 teams are allowing some fans in the stands. But
I had
only
to find
one
the sports question, didn't you?
Only
I had to
one
find-
has opened
Only one. Yes.
to full capacity.
Yes.
Which one?
Oh God, what's the Florida baseball team name? I don't. Or what are my choices?
All right. Number 1, Los Angeles Dodgers. Number 2,
That's California. That's no way.
the Toronto Blue Jays.
That's Canada. That's no way.
Number 3, the New York Yankees.
That is New York City, which is even then no way. No, they're still locked down.
Number 4, the Texas Rangers.
Yes, Texas,
Or-
home of Ted Cruz,
Or-
and no coronavirus whatsoever. And number 4, and what's the 5th one?
The Detroit Tigers.
Detroit, Michigan. Michigan. I don't know a lot about Michigan. I know that the cases are rising there. Now, I'm going to go with my gut here. I'm going to go with Ted Cruz's home state. Oh, I don't know if it's his home state, but the Ted Cruz state of Texas, Adam.
All right. That is correct, of course, because
Yay.
Texas, nothing's going on in Texas. They're all, there's no coronavirus. They're all healthy. It's all
We
good.
don't
How many
have-
have I done?
I
One,
think in
two.
Florida, I think the governor tried to like get passed an executive order or whatever banning counties from setting mask mandates. It's like, no, you're not even allowed to set them.
Okay. Number 4.
Yes.
The rapper Lil Nas X
Yes.
unveiled merchandise this week to help promote his new single and
Oh, tennis shoes. Tennis shoes.
themed. That's not the question. Okay, let me finish the question. Yeah, he did. Were you just saying he released tennis? You weren't answering the
Yes.
question. Okay.
Yeah, he released tennis shoes.
I just wanted to do that at some point.
It was just
Okay.
a crazy video, too.
It is. It is definitely a crazy video. So he unveiled merchandise to help promote his new single and hell-themed music video.
Yes.
It caused some outrage. What
Yes.
product was it? Well, actually, that you did. It is asking what product. Okay. One of them is a bucket hat with horns called the Satan hat. One of them is a sulfur and tobacco scented candle called This Candle Smells Like Satan.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. Very literal.
One of them is a glow in the dark hoodie with the slogan Satanic Panic. One of them is a lava lamp that looks as if it's filled with blood called the Devil's Nightlight.
Ooh.
And the last choice is sneakers with a pentagram shaped charm called Satan Shoes.
Yes, tennis shoes. It was tennis shoes.
That is correct.
Yay!
I like that. Somebody was creative coming up with those other product though. I want to get the Devil's Nightlight.
I want to get the, what was it? Panic, something panic. Then the glow in the dark hoodie. I can't say, I don't have them in front of. What was the glow in the dark hoodie?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the next question. It is Satanic Panic.
Yeah, Satanic Panic, and then I would add at the disco. So Satanic Panic at the disco. See, that would have been my.
Isn't that from the
answer.
group that just disbanded recently or said they're never going to do anything again or something?
Possibly.
What's the name of that group? They wore the helmets.
Devo?
Daft
Daft Punk.
Daft
They
Punk,
used
yeah.
to sing on our old podcast. They sang our technology.
Oh
segment.
yeah, they did that especially for us. Actually, I don't know if
Yeah,
people
they
know
did.
that
We commissioned them to do.
they
that.
went into the recording studio. We gave
back
them some
before they
stuff.
were big. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5.
Yes,
Civil
number
rights
5.
groups and corporate leaders spoke out this week against something that happened in Georgia. What was it?
They passed that hideous voting rights law. The just god awful voting rights law.
That is correct. You got 5 out of 5, Daniel.
5 out of 5. Now comes the point in time where I lose all those points as Adam pulls out an accursed Trivial Pursuit card. Let's put 60 seconds on the big board.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
What storied city on the Euphrates River was 55 miles south of Baghdad?
I don't know the name of the Egypt city. Something in Egypt.
Incorrect. Babylon. What 1960 Kirk Douglas epic features Roman soldiers wearing wristwatches?
Jason and the Argonauts?
Spartacus. What country was disputed in the largest sea-air battle in history from October 22 through 27, 1944?
Russia.
The Philippines. What's a LAN to computer users?
A local area network.
That is correct.
Yes.
What are you calling if you dial 1-800-LOAN-YES?
You're calling a loan shark.
The Money Store. What refreshments 1885 version?
I'm sorry, Adam. We're out of time. Cannot
Well,
finish.
see if you can get it.
reading the question.
What refreshments 1885 version was called French Wine of Coca, the Ideal Nerve Tonic?
That would be Coca-Cola.
You didn't get it, but
Did
so
not.
you got 1 out of 6.
1 out of 6 added on to my perfect score on the actual news quiz. That gives me 110, I think, overall, which is definitely an A plus. I just view the Trivial Pursuit things as like extra credit. Like I've already aced the quiz.
Well,
now these are just extra credit.
Here's the problem with that, Daniel. You know where the quiz is coming from every week. You could read the New York Times all week long.
I do read the New York Times all week long.
And prepare for the quiz. So that's not really telling us how much knowledge you have. That tells us you read the New York Times.
But the name of the segment is News Quiz. So that kind of implies current events, things in the news. It's not called Trivia Game.
Tomato, tomato, Daniel.
Okay, Adam. All right, Adam, you have some things here on the old Trello that we moved down. So go ahead, hit me with it.
I think I'm going to hire a career coach.
Is this on top of your personal assistant that you're also?
Well, no, I mean, I have not hired a personal assistant.
How many people are going to be working for Adam Co. Going down the road here? It's I have my personal assistant, and I have my media coordinator, and I have my yes.
Well, because people often say all Adam talks about on his Geeky Gay podcast is how much he hates his job, or how much he hates his manager, or how much he hates what he's doing this particular day or whatever.
Right.
But, and I am in a situation where I've had trouble finding something that I really just loved going to work every day. Yeah. I enjoy the paycheck, and that's the problem, because nothing that I do would, supply the type of monetary funding that I'm getting right now. But what I think I want to do, because I've never even figured out what I wanted to be when I grow up. So I was thinking, because I'm a trumpet player. At one point I thought I was going to be, a trumpet instructor at a college or whatever. And I didn't do that. And then I thought, well, I really like computers, but what happened there is I worked my way up so far in QA before I got to being a developer that when I moved over, I was already past the level where I would just be sitting there writing code. Mm-hmm. I was at like a tech lead level. And then they expected so much of me because I was already at that level. And so then they're like, well, you need to move into product, and then I'm like, I don't know, all I'm doing is making slides all day long. And here's the vision of, and the thing I don't like about being a product owner right now, I don't seem to get, I do all this work saying, here's the research I've done, and here's what the customers want, and here's whatever. And I never get what I'm asking for. They're like, well, we don't have the money for that, or whatever. And so it's just getting told no all the time. And I'm like, well, what the hell? What am I doing? So I think, because I don't really know what I would be happiest doing.
Okay.
And I also don't want to just take a job where I'm making half the money.
Okay.
So I was thinking, maybe there are people out there. There are people I know that specialize in career counseling.
Yes.
That you can talk to and say, and maybe they know what I'll enjoy.
I'm gonna give you one better. You most likely have an EAP at work that will provide you with a career counselor.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, check into your EAP. That's for those of you out of the know. That's the Employee Assistance Program. It's one of those things that usually comes with your benefits. It's an 800 number that you call, but you can get free legal advice, free counseling, all kinds of like when Robert and I were going through our divorce. Before we got divorced, we actually did marriage counseling, which was part of the Yale EAP. That was paid for by them.
This is what I suspect. I suspect that I really do like development. Mm-hmm. And that I just got too far up the ladder.
All right. But let's all right,
before.
let me stretch out an analogy here for you. And I say this as a developer. I say this as someone whose career has been as a developer. It is a loaded term because it can mean so many different things. Working as a dev is a completely different experience if you're working for a small company and you're doing full stack work, as opposed to you're working for a medium-sized company where you're on a Scrum team with 6 other programmers and 2 QA, and you're basically doing the whole agile stuff where you're breaking down stories and user stories, and you have product owners and that whole mess. It is a completely different thing. There is a school of thought that the more creatively rewarding is being a full stack programmer, to be able to sit down, see the problem, write software to tackle that problem without having to have a committee about it, without having to you can change direction mid-flight instead of having to go back in and stand up and then we need another grooming meeting because we need to completely change the way we're doing this. And so there's a lot more freedom there. So I just make sure that you understand what kind of development you were doing, because I was always a full stack dev until I came to the company that I work at now. And I was on, one of our new flagship products. So I was on a Scrum team with a bunch of people, and I disliked that. I loved the pure programming, and I loved, working with people on other things and coming up with better solutions. And, I loved the team that I was on, but as a whole, not having any control over the vision of the product or the direction of the product made me very sad. So I ended up moving into the transformation department, where technically my job title no longer has dev in it, but what I do now is write full stack programs that act as kind of middleware to tie departments together. So it's like I have a much more creative freedom in a much smaller arena, and that's what makes me happier, because I'm able to keep the same pay that I would have had as the other program. So I think that's probably what you need to find, and a career counselor could help you find that, is like, how do you get most of your creative itches scratched while maintaining the level of income that you had doing another job that maybe you no longer really like. And my choices in dev were to either go to this other department, right, which is kind of a lateral move, but had more headspace, so I could move up better there, or go into management. And that, for a dev, is just the death knell. There's no possible way that I'm going to have meetings from 8:30 in the morning until 5:30 in the afternoon. Like, that's it. That's my day. Meeting. It's like, no, never gonna happen. I'm dev. You don't talk to me. It's like, there are people put in place in department in the companies to keep you from talking to devs. So
that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not a manager, but as a product owner / product manager, I'm in planning meetings and customer meetings and meetings with the engineers, and I'm just meeting. Like, I have, on average, I would say I have 8 meetings a day right now. And I would say that's on average. And anyway, so I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not even, I feel like, though, if I found the right, like you said, the right type of development, I think the most fun I've ever had wasn't even really development. It was before I ever got into IT, and I was automating stuff. So I was just writing scripts. I was like, oh, we need to be able to create ID cards really fast. And so I'm going to write a little script that does, X, Y, Z. And I mean, I know that's not true development, but I had full control. I had immediate, feedback, because I was automating something that was helping people like right then. I was like, okay, here, I spend a few days, automate this thing, throw it out there, and people go, oh my God, this is so good. Like, it used to take me half an hour to do this thing, and now it takes me 30 seconds or, whatever. So, and I really liked that. The problem, anyway, so I've never used a career counselor, but I'm thinking that maybe they would be able to make recommendations at the very least.
Yeah, I would check in. I would check into your EAP at work, because I'm sure you have one. It's all anonymous, so it's like they can't report.
Right.
Oh, well, Adam is looking for But it's like they're there to help you. So use it, because that's a benefit that a lot of people don't use.
I think we do. We have some kind of counseling, and I think they include career counseling in that. So, Anyway, that's it. I'm thinking about, and I feel like when I say stuff like this and I complain about my job, people are probably thinking, ugh, why are you complaining? You're going to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Shut up. Just do your work, and, you're buying a new toy every other week. But I want to, maybe it's not possible, but I would love to also enjoy getting up and doing whatever. And I've also thought, but this is the thing. Walmart pays really well. Let's say, I think the other thing that would help me enjoy stuff more is if I was working on an application, even if I wasn't a developer, even if I was a product owner, but if I was working on an application that I was interested in. Mm-hmm. So let's say I worked for a company that made recording software or music software or video production software or something that I'm also interested in. I think that would also be something that, because I'm interested in the topic, whereas, we're creating stuff that I really have not a lot of interest in, So I don't know. That's it.
I think that definitely would help with that. Adam, I don't know why I said, it's like
Daniel,
that book. What's that book? Like How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's like if you mention people's names a lot, it gives you a closer connection with them. Adam.
Oh, okay. Daniel.
I didn't know if you knew that, Adam.
I didn't, Daniel, but now I do. So
each and every week here, we get FedEx trucks backing up to our homes on Friday, unloading crates upon crates of paper, dead trees. We single-handedly are responsible for at least half of the the climate crisis that we have here in the United States, or globally, I guess I should say. I'm now just making things up, but it comes from our executive producer, Cyclone. These are all things that happened on April 2nd of some year. Adam, this is no longer in front of me. This is from the Mix Minus Research Center, Archives and Test Kitchen. I have no idea why it took me so long to get there. Adam, today is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
I like peanut butter and jelly, although I'm more of a peanut butter and nothing else sort of person. But I do like
a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
No, I don't like bananas, but I think for some reason grape jelly and peanut butter, I like it okay, but I don't love it. If you do something a little more exotic, like a mango jam or something like that, or honey, but I do like just a piece of toast with peanut butter on it, with like nothing else. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, if you were watching one of your bougie cooking shows, how would they, and they were making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, how would they name it to make it sound, impressive?
It would be a sourdough crostini with a peanut gelée. I don't know. A peanut mousse.
Also, Adam, today is Good Friday. I don't know if you knew that.
I do,
I don't know if you heard that. Anyway, it's Good Friday. It commemorates the death of Jesus on Calvary.
Mark had to eat fish because...
If the Calvary was there, then why did he die? Never...
Cavalry. Two different words.
Oh, the two different words.
Yeah.
Let's see. Today in LGBTQ history, in 1964, 4 years before Stonewall, the first gay cookbook was published. It's called The Gay Cookbook by Lou Rand Hogan. It's a 280-page book for that very special man in your life, or for the jaded hostess whose soufflés no longer stand on their own.
Joe and I are looking for a new cookbook to pick recipes from for throwing down. Maybe... I wonder if that's still in print.
You should find yourself a copy of The Gay Cookbook. Let's see.
Did you know there's a cum cookbook?
I did not.
Did you know that?
I did not.
There is. There are two.
Okay. You absolutely should get the Gay Cookbook, and I want you to make the fruit salad.
Oh, okay.
In Disney history, in 2007, Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor opened at Disney World in Tomorrowland. Do you know what it replaced?
Wait, say, what was it that opened?
It's called the Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor.
And it was in Florida
It's
or
in-
California?
Yeah, in Florida. It's across from Stitch's Great Escape, which is now closed. But yeah, what did it replace?
It's a small world.
No,
No.
sadly, that ride is still there. No, it replaced the Timekeeper attraction, which was a Circle Vision film that had started in Disneyland Paris, and they moved it to no, I mean, they had it here as well. Had Robin Williams playing the part of a little robot kind of a thing, which I think was an addition for the American piece because the film was all in French. But that's not important, Adam. What's important is that Timekeeper had actually replaced the original Circle Vision attraction, which was the Monsanto Presents the Circle Vision, where it has, all the screens around you, and they make it, feels like the theater's flying and you can see all around you. That was something that Walt Disney pioneered, the Circle Vision theaters.
Yeah.
Exciting.
That reminds me of, I don't know if it's the same, but this is not Disney, but at Universal, there was a Spider-Man ride, I think, where you got on this thing.
Still is.
And you're really just looking at the same screen the entire time, but you think you're moving around. Anyway, I don't know.
That you're talking more about Harry Potter, but yeah, the Spider-Man also incorporates 3D projector. Your car travels into different theaters that you're seeing projections.
There also used to be this thing where you would literally just go in there and stand in one place. You would just stand. Not Disney, but Six Flags or somewhere.
Yeah.
And they would change the screen and
yeah.
There you go.
On 1513, Ponce de Leon claimed Florida for Spain. So, yeah. Florida was originally a Spanish colony. In 2005, Pope John Paul II died. And let's see if we have anything else. In 1982, Argentina invades the Falklands. Wasn't that the one where Reagan gave that speech about them trying to steal the nutmeg? I'm pretty sure.
I have no. You're older than me. I was a mere child.
Mere child. Adam, there were some #1 movies on this day, April 2nd of different years.
How are you going to handle this one? Because you normally play a song, but you've got background music going there.
Well, I fade down the background music, and then my problem is I haven't pre-found the theme song that I want to play. So talk for just a moment while I look for some.
You know what you could do? You could say executive. No. You need to find one now, but you could say for the future executive producer. If you would just find an audio theme song for and send, he would also have to send that to you separately because I get the same. I get the same sheet that you get. But
exactly. Yeah.
You just assign more work. He'd probably want to raise though. If you're assigning more work,
we could double what he gets paid.
Yeah, well, we could. I mean, I would do that. I'm a generous guy, and doubling it. Hell, let's triple it.
Okay, here we go, Adam. Here's the theme song from one of the #1 movies on April 2nd of some year. Adam, what is... Oh, wait, shit. I have to do... Sorry. What is this song? And any guesses?
Well, I'm just going to say, because I want it to be this, I'm going to say Ice Age.
Ice Age.
The Meltdown.
The Meltdown.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that is incorrect. This is the theme song to Hop.
Oh. See, I knew you were going to pick an animated one.
It was a movie apparently about the Easter Bunny that I never saw, that it had, what's his name from the X-Men? Cyclone from the X-Men.
Well, yeah. I really like the little squirrel on Ice Age. I find him really funny.
Right.
And the fact that he's always trying to get that damn acorn.
Just always chasing that nut.
Yeah. And I really like it. So anyway.
Well, sadly, that was not it. Adam, we would like to say a very happy birthday to Jesse Plemons, who turns 70. Jesse Plemons turned 33, not 73. Let's see. Michael Fassbender turned 44. Christopher Maloney turned 60. Clark Gregg, that's Agent Phil Coulson, turned 59.
I don't know
Emmy
who
Lou
this
Harris?
is, but we've got some lovely photo. Well, a lovely photo of some guy getting like
Okay.
partially in some water.
Let me decode this incredibly complex theme here. The birthdays that are bolded correspond with the photos. Notice how there's 3 birthdays that are bolded. And those
Is
would be
that
the
Michael
photos of them.
Fassbender?
That is Michael Fassbender in the water.
So he
yes.
was wearing white shorts that are leaving nothing to the imagination.
Right. Also born on this day, Rodney King, Marvin Gaye, Alec Guinness, and Hans Christian Andersen, all of whom are no longer with us. Happy birthday to each and every... Did I say Emmylou Harris? By the way, she's 74.
I think you did.
But yeah, to each and every one of you, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everyone.
Oh,
Christopher Maloney, or whatever his name is, he was in Law and Order SVU. He's no longer in that, but the lady, she's still in it.
Hey, lady. That one?
Yeah, her. Mariska Hargitay, or whatever.
Sure. From the cover of the Weekly World News back in 1996, there was a 200-foot Jesus that appeared in Washington.
Well, I mean,
do you remember that?
Like
that was,
you do.
It was all over the news. This is the dawn of a new religious age in America, say top Bible scholars. A 200-foot Jesus just appeared in Washington.
You know, there is a 200-foot Jesus in Brazil. Is it Rio de Janeiro or Sao Paulo? I don't know. It's a statue, but it's maybe more than 200 feet.
Yes, there is. They're not really. They make it seem like it's a ghost because you see this transparent Jesus above the Capitol, which the Capitol, I believe, is smaller than 200 feet.
Well, somebody got Photoshop happy. You know, they learned how to use this new feature. And they're like, oh, we need to use some transparency here on the...
Yeah, they did. It did. That's the greatest thing about these old photos that none of you can see, that only we can see, is that it's anyone with marginally passable Photoshop skills could have made any of these. But these are from 25 years ago, before they had that. The world's skinniest woman, the human toothpick, gains 294 pounds.
That's a little bit of an insensitive nickname for somebody.
She weighed a skin and bones 31 pounds just 5 months ago.
Oh
Adam.
my God, 31?
31 pounds. She's now gained 294.
I have a nipple that weighs more than 31 pounds.
294 plus 31, that's 25 something, 24, 25,
325, I think.
325? No.
Did you
She
say
carried the one for
31
the 9.
pounds?
Yeah, 425 pounds. Yeah, so 294 plus 31 is 425.
Daniel, you were totally wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm
Where are
pretty
you?
sure my math is sound.
Okay.
It's 325. I get it. I got my mistake. I'm just dragging it out.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah. Anyway, there you go, Adam. Those are the things. There's a lovely picture of her. She turns into a blimp. So she went from a toothpick to turning into a blimp.
Oh, wow.
A powerful new weight gain formula has turned the skinniest woman in the world into one of the fattest, ballooning her from a mere 31 pounds to a whopping 325. What is this powerful new weight gain formula, Adam? It's butter. She just eats butter. I don't know what it is.
Whataburger.
It's Whataburger. So I know that you were saying earlier, by the way, thank you very much, Cyclone, for the stories and the voluminous piles of stuff that you send us each and every week. We do appreciate it. Adam, you were talking earlier. I really do say your name a lot, don't I?
You do. It's okay. I mean, you like my name.
Start monitoring myself about that. We were talking earlier in the show about you taking a vacation in July. Let me tell you. I have scheduled my first glamping trip in over a year.
Oh my God.
The last time I went camping was November of 2019. And I, then we had the car wreck and then COVID and everything. So I was like, I have not been camping in over a year. Yeah. So I'm very excited. I'm going the last weekend in April 30th through May 2nd. So that leads me to ask you this question, Adam.
The last weekend in April.
Yes.
Ask me.
The last weekend. I think we'll probably take that off.
Okay. Let's take it off.
I
Let's
will not
do
be
it.
available the last weekend in April. So yeah, not going to be available. Just letting you know.
All right. Well, I will just take a break that evening.
I'm very
And,
excited. I'm going to the. Thank you for asking. I'm going to the Sawmill Campground. Getting a tent spot there. Looking forward to being there for the weekend and camping and just relaxing.
Is Zach going with you? Because
No,
you did
Zach
say.
Zach is not going with me because he will not yet be fully vaccinated by that point. And he's not a fan of tent camping. So
Well, that's why you said
have
glamping.
Yes.
So I thought, because glamping to
it's-
me would
well,
be
it's a
where
tent.
you're not in a tent.
No, well, it's a very big tent, and we have electricity, so it's tent with electricity.
Why does it have to
But-
be a big tent, Daniel? Are you a size queen? You need a big tent?
Well, I think we all know the answer to that.
Any size tent will do. It's not the size of the tent, Daniel.
Yeah,
It is
well, I have a queen size mattress that I put in the tent, so it needs to be big enough for the queen size mattress.
it's
So-
the flapping of the flap. I don't know.
But
I
we
don't
are
have a-
going on a trip. So Zach will be vaccinated this coming week, and then 4 weeks later, and because currently he's scheduled for the Moderna vaccines, but he will be done by May. So yeah, we are going in late May camping, and that weekend we have a cabin. But this is all just research because Adam, I've talked to you before. I plan on buying a camper, so I'm just researching. Looking at some of the campers that are for sale up there. I'm going to check out different mobile hotspot stuff to make sure that I got good internet and what the best solution that way is. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it more than you can imagine. I'm very excited about going camping.
There's a YouTuber that we watch that has, I don't know if you call it an Airstream, but it's a silver camper that is a small one that it has a hitch.
Yeah.
And it hooks up to like the back of a truck or if you're
it's
a
a
car.
pull behind. Yeah.
And
those are the campers that we were looking at.
And he's fixing it up, and he put solar panels on top, and a battery and a fridge, and the solar panels run all the electric stuff inside, so he doesn't have to ever hook it up to electricity.
Totally off the grid.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of those conversion van YouTube channels. Those are interesting to me. But
It's actually
something we would never do.
It's a Pokemon channel. You would never.
It would be fun. I think we talked about this before. It would be fun to do for a week or a few weeks, or if you want to take a really let's say you want to take a 2-month trip across the United States or something. It would be fun to do it that way. But I would really eventually want to come back home. I would want to be in a big house with fiber internet and water pressure. All of those things that I've become spoiled with, Adam.
I just want to say he doesn't live in the. He just takes it for long weekends and stuff.
Yeah,
he doesn't live in it.
I could be down with that.
Yeah, he goes to national parks and stuff. But it's a Pokemon channel. It's not a.
Adam, we did it again.
You said my name again.
We did it again. Another show.
We did.
Down, Adam. Another show, Adam.
Yes, Daniel. We did, Daniel. We
finished
certainly did, Dan.
This show. Once again,
if
you want to send us an email, you can do so. It's contact@mix-podcast.com. You can send us a voicemail. Point your browsing device to voicemail.mix-podcast.com. That's all you have to do. Just point it there. We use a little product called SpeakPipe. But you can use your cell phone. Just talk. You just push the little button. Talk. You'll sound crystal clear. It'll be great. And then we can play the contact theme. It'll be fun, Adam. It'll be fun. I guess that's it. We'll be back next Friday evening, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Pride 48.
Ati Cruza said he's been looking at flights to the U.S. and the cheapest he found was $5,300. But as we all know, Australian dollars are worth much less. That's got to be something like, I don't know, what is it like? I don't know, 25 cents maybe?
Fuck me!
Hey, I have a bone to pick with you.
Yes?
You never, so we recorded, I don't even know if I've got it. Let's see if I've got it here. We spent all that time recording. This show is part of the Pride 48 podcasting network.
Yeah.
You never use that on that darn Elvis.
I can't find it. I was looking for it the other day specifically to use it, and I was just like, oh God, I can't find it.
Like, oh yeah, Daniel's good. Scott's
do you have
good.
Do you have a Wave version of it?
Yeah.
Can you throw that version up in my Google Drive? It's just buried in a directory that I had somewhere and I can't find it, and it's like I'll put it in the assets folder for TDE so that I can use it.
Okay.
And put it into rotation. But yeah, I was aware. I just keep forgetting to ask you. I guess I could go through my email because I sent it to you at some point.
I don't count the number of times my bumpers are used in people's podcasts like other people that I know. But I don't think you've ever used a bumper with my voice on that darn Elvis.
I believe we used it once when I knew where it was.
Oh, okay.
Then I've lost it. But it's so easy on the Anchor interface because it's in the libraries. All the stingers are in the library there. So I don't even do anything. I just, when I upload it to Anchor, I put our show audio and then I just add in whatever stinger I want. And then it does the mixing and everything for me. But on Elvis, because we're using Podbean, anyway, it doesn't have that feature. So I have to do it before I upload. And so that means it needs to be in the folder that I'm used to using because I have
Excuses. Hey, so Mark they're having a production install tonight.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to do testing at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And they're having pipeline issues. It is now 11:18 p.m. here, and they have not successfully deployed.
Oh.
So
do you have your original audio on? I kept meaning.
Oh, I don't know.
Probably not.
I mean,
yeah. So there's this stinger.
No, I don't. You know what? For some reason, it's not. I'm gonna have to. On the Mac, it's not a. Oh, by the way,
this show is a proud member of the Pride 48 Podcasting Network. Check out more great shows at pride48.com. That's so much better than that other one.
You know, the other thing that you might be interested in is I just had my first Mac blue screen of death today.
Oh, the old Mac BSOD.
Well, it wasn't a blue. I had a kernel panic. It just
kernel panic is this someone you don't want to run into. It's like, oh dear God, kernel panic is coming.
It just restarted. Like it just went bloop and restarted.
It's a computer. It's like they all have issues.
I was like what? These people that say Macs never have any problems, and I just had a freaking kernel panic.
Yeah.
But I did some research, and apparently the new Macs don't really like HDMI all that much or something. And so like if you're using HDMI and I don't know, but yeah, I had a kernel panic today,
I did. So. I don't have my iPad up here with me tonight, but I did get my MIDI keyboard connected to it, and I got all that working, and I'm able to play my MIDI stuff. So maybe I'll work on some music this weekend. That'll be fun.
This so I'll switch cameras for a second. I'll show you. So now should.
Yeah. Can we stop the YouTube stream now that we're off the show?
We can if you want.
I feel like I don't mind doing the show on YouTube.
Do you feel self-conscious?
Yeah, I feel like you said something earlier and you were all like, "Oh no, other people."
Well, I didn't want to say that on the audio stream either.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just saying. It's like, but there's, I would rather not have
video.
I would rather be freer to speak about stuff.
So when I go from you, if you look at this now, when I go from either you or I to this, that's a macro that I had to create. So I had to.
I'm just watching the delay in my fingers between the two pictures. Woo.
Okay, I'm going to go. Well, then, yeah, we can do that. I can just start the video when we actually start the real show if you want.
Right. So for those of you watching on the video, if you want to continue to listen to us, because we'll probably be talking for a while longer, but it's like if you wanted to listen to the show's over, but we're now doing the post show.
Show's over.
Yeah, show's over. No, but I mean, we're doing it. This is where Adam and I chit chat. And if you're a level 13, we didn't even do a level 13.
Level 13. But
if you're a level 13 member, you'll be hearing the post and the pre-show because we post those later on your own special RSS. So if you're over on YouTube, last chance, you need to head yourself over to either to our Discord server and you can listen to the audio there, or you can just go to pride48.com and click on listen live, right? Isn't that?
There's a play button at the
A
top.
play button. You can hit the
There's
play
a-
button over on pride48.com.
Yep.
Or you can ask, Alexa to play Pride 48 on TuneIn.
On TuneIn, yes.